my channel. On today's video, it's another edition of Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money? What we're going to be trying out, testing out, and actually creating this look right here is the Unisex 3 palette. This is by C Color Cosmetics, and it looks like this. It does retail for $14.99 with free shipping. And what this palette is a potential dupe for is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, which does retail for $45. So this is what they look like side by side. As you guys can tell, they are pretty similar. Don't worry, I will be doing swatches for you guys as well as creating this look. So if you guys are interested to see whether or not this $14.99 palette is a dupe for the $45 Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this palette right here. Now this palette is called Unisex. It is by C Color Cosmetics, and this is what the inside of this particular palette looks like. It does come with a mirror as well. As I said, this is supposed to be a dupe for the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. So there's the palettes side by side. They look very, very similar. I went ahead and I have swatched everything for you guys. And of course, if you are new to Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money, this is where I do put the less expensive palette. I do a total look on one side with that less expensive palette, and then on the other side I do use the high-end palette. Let me zoom you guys in so you guys can actually see the swatches. Now I will tell you guys up front, on the bottom is all of the Unisex palette swatches, and on top is all of the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette swatches. Okay, so like I said, on the bottom is all of the Unisex shades, which you guys can see right here. The greens are a little off. And I will tell you guys, swatch wise, the Jeffree Star ones are definitely more pigmented as far as that goes. I mean, you guys can see the shade difference in some of them. I mean, as always, I tell you guys that swatches don't mean a hill of beans when it comes to swatches, but you know, it really matters on how the application process goes. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys back out, and we'll go ahead and start the look. Okay, so on this side, we're going to go ahead and start with the Jeffree Star palette, which does retail for $45. And I am just going to go ahead and go in with this shade right here, Safe Word. Like always, I will be using the exact same brushes. However, I will be cleaning them off in between. Now, as far as primer for my eyes, I just have my Tarte Creaseless Concealer on, and I set it with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. Next, after I use that, I do want to go in with the shade Charm. Now, you guys know there is a little bit of kick up with the Jeffree Star shadows. Nothing horrible or anything. I honestly don't mind a bit of kick up in any of my palettes. I feel like I've told you guys before, I feel like they actually perform a little bit better when there is a little bit of kick up with them. Okay, jumping over to the Unisex side, we're going to do the exact same shades or similar shades. We're going to start off with this shade right here, which there is no writing, there is no names on here, so I will definitely just be pointing them out. This palette does retail for $14.99. Kick up wise, there is quite a bit of kick up as well. Again, let's see how they perform. That's nice and pigmented, just that one shade. Next, we're going to go right next to it, and we're going to go in with this shade right here. I will say that there is more kick up in the Unisex $14.99 palette than there is in the Jeffree Star. So definitely make sure to tap your brush. Okay, so at this point they look pretty much identical, so we're going to go ahead and jump back over to the Jeffree Star side, and I think what I'm going to do now is use a little bit of this Deja Vu and a little bit of this Frosting shade. These two shades right here. I'm going to tap it on because I have my entire face done, so I'm going to just work in small amounts so I don't get a ton of fallout. fact, I don't have a lot of lid space, so I don't like to go in with too fluffy of a brush. Next, we're going to go in with frosting. That's really pretty. And then mixing that Deja Vu right through here. I'm going to do my finger with this Deja Vu. See how that works too. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, so doing the exact same thing, we're going to use this small brush. This is just a Morphe E19 brush, probably for your lips, but anyways, I do what I want. So we are going to go in with this similar shade to Deja Vu and try and pack that on. Working in small little sections. And going in and trying this shade that is similar to frosting. I think this works. I think it's definitely very similar to the shade frosting. Now dipping my finger into the Deja Vu looking shade, which was this one, and applying it. So the one thing I'm noticing is there's definitely more fallout on this unisex side. So let's brush away that. And it does appear that this shade doesn't seem as pigmented on the lid as the Jeffree Star side. I don't think it's terrible, but it's just definitely not as pigmented, especially when you're using your finger. Normally that really makes things pop and bolder, but it's not in this particular instance. I don't think there's like a huge difference. Like, I don't think you'd be able to tell I have two different eyeshadow palettes on, but for me personally, as of right now, I'm still preferring the Androgyny palette. Let's go with this Dominatrix shade, this dark chocolatey shade. And I'm just gonna work that, like pat it into, oh Lord, that's really pigmented. Wasn't expecting that. Let's just keep dabbing. We're gonna work it on this outer V. We're gonna do the same thing with this chocolate shade. Okay, so it's not as pigmented. But definitely workable. Then I think for the inner corners, I'm going to go ahead and take this frosting side in the Jeffree Star, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner a little bit. And then I'm going to buff just a little bit up here by the brow bone. Jumping back over to the Unisex 3 palette. I mean, it's definitely not as rich as the Jeffree Star side. Or as gold. It's gold, but not as bold. You can see on the Jeffree Star side that, well, hopefully you can, it's definitely more pigmented. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, jump off and do my liner and my mascara, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts. Okay guys, so I'm back with my liner and my lashes. For lashes, I actually have the Urban Decay Subversion primer on, then the Mansour Big Mascara, and the Hourglass Caution Mascara. As far as liner goes, I did use the Maybelline, this is called the Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Liner, and then on my lips, I do have the Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW lipstick. Now, let's go ahead and get into my thoughts on this C Color Unisex 3 palette. I mean, overall, I do think it is a decent palette for the price. I mean, it is $14.99. As far as the size of the palette, you are getting a very good size. It's 10 total eyeshadows. They have 2.2 grams in them, and each one has 0.7. So, I mean, you're getting a large size pan, again, for the price. Now, I will tell you guys, it's ccolorcosmetics.com. They do have free domestic shipping, which is very, very nice. I will tell you guys, it is very similar to Juno & Co. on some of the palettes, that if you go ahead and you go to place this into your cart, it does take you to Amazon, and it ships from Amazon, or the seller from Amazon, which being the C Color Cosmetics. Now they are a newer company, but they have been in the cosmetic business for 15 years. They did send me this as well as I think 3 or 4 other palettes through PR. Now this is not a sponsored video, this is not an affiliate type of video. They didn't even say I had to do a video on this whatsoever. But when I saw this palette and saw that it was a potential dupe for the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, I thought I have to do a video on this. So getting into the ingredients, I know some of y'all are talc sensitive, and I do want to tell you guys that it looks like the third ingredient is talc in here. As far as carmine, I know that is another one that you guys do ask me often. There is carmine in this palette as well, so just noting. Expiration is 12 months, and it does say it is cruelty free, and it is made in the PRC. I do think that it did go on nicely, that some of the shades, as you guys saw, just was not as pigmented as the Jeffree Star. I did use all of these shades up here. I do want to come back and use these bottom shades because I do feel that sometimes these particular shades in general can be kind of hard to formulate. So this was a first impression video. I will be coming back and I will either dupe it again up against the Androgyny palette using the similar shades, or maybe I'll just do it a dedicated video all by itself, kind of focusing more on some of these bottom shades. So definitely look for that in the future. And if you guys are interested, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and let me know, or even help me out and leave a comment down below that you'd like to see some more looks with this particular palette. I don't think it's a bad palette, to be honest with you guys. I mean, it's $14.99, and the Jeffree Star palette does retail for $45. With that being said, I do want to mention that if you do like the shades in the Androgyny palette, I think this would be, as of right now, my first impressions on this entire top row. I think that it would be a good comparable dupe. I wouldn't say it's a spot-on dupe because this definitely wasn't as pigmented as what we saw in the Androgyny palette, but I do think it's pretty comparable, pretty similar. So for $14.99, I don't think it's bad. Like I said, free shipping, you can't beat that. We'll try and do a check-in for you guys to let you know how this wore throughout the day. So let me go ahead and zoom in. So again, this is the Unisex 3 side, this is the Jeffree Star Androgyny side. As you guys can see, overall, I really did come up with the pretty similar look. I mean, honestly, you would never know these are two separate palettes. You just wouldn't. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do my check-in for y'all, and this is the Jeffree Star side, and this is the Unisex side. And I've had this on for about 12 hours or so, and I don't know if you guys can tell, I think that it held up very, very well. So in my opinion, $14.99 is a pretty fair price. First impression wise on this palette, I think it is a very good comparable dupe to the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to continue to see more of them, like I said, please hit that like button, leave a comment down below, help me grow my channel by sharing this video or even sharing the link to my channel. I do want to give a Notification Squad shout out. If you guys don't know what this is all about, this is the part in my video that I love to give back to you guys to show my appreciation. I truly, truly appreciate all of y'all's comments. Every time you guys hit that like button, every time you guys share my channel, and I love to give you guys individual shout outs and just, like I said, to show that how much I appreciate you. So today's Notification Squad shout out does go to Unbreakable Solomon. Thank you so much for always leaving your kind, inspirational comments. You have no idea how much I look forward to your comments and how much I truly appreciate them. So thank you so much. And like I said, if you want to be a part of the Notification Squad, just leave a comment down below or leave hashtag Notification Squad, hashtag Team Hot Mess, whatever it is. Thank you for doing it. I really appreciate it, and it gives you a chance for an individual shout out in a future video. So like I said, if you guys would share my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And by the way, I still have merch down below. There is a link. You click on the link, it takes you to my storefront if you guys are interested in picking up any hoodies or t-shirts, coffee mugs, things like that. Make sure to check it out. If you'd like to continue seeing some of my content, I'll have some videos playing for you guys, and I think that's about it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky.